World War I had a lot of impacts on society. There were advancements in technology and medicine, industrialization, and a lot of loss of life. But one often overlooked effect of the war was the shifting social norms and attitudes towards men's facial hair. To start, we should have some background information on the state of men's facial hair before the war began. Well, mustaches and beards were often seen as a symbol of masculinity and egalitarian values, thanks to all the 19th century greats like Abraham Lincoln and Karl Marx wearing very prominent beards. Now, this could not last, and eventually, with the advent of germ theory, as more people started to accept it, opinions of facial hair went downhill really quickly. They were starting to be seen as uncleanly, and at this point, facial hair wasn't doing too good. But it only got worse with World War I. With World War I came trench warfare, which was already pretty bad for facial hair. With all the soldiers packed together in terrible conditions, they weren't exactly able to maintain their facial hair, which made the spread of disease an even bigger concern than ever before. But things only got worse when the Germans introduced chemical weaponry to the battlefield. For a while, you could get away with just snorting some piss handkerchiefs and be semi-defended, but eventually, once everyone started using poison gas in the war, it was too much, and you needed actual protection, which came in the form of gas masks. The problem was, these were early, not very advanced gas masks like what we have today. So, any facial hair usually got in the way of a perfect seal, which meant that it got in the way of it protecting you, which was pretty bad, and you would probably die. As a result, facial hair had a massive decline as armies started forcing their soldiers to shave so that they could be safe in the war. After World War I, the effects could still be felt for facial hair, and there was still a small minority of older men wearing beards, and a lot of them for religious reasons, but for the most part, a clean-shaven face and small mustache were the most popular choices for men, which, interestingly, is the origin of Adolf Hitler's famous mustache. The thing is, it can't exactly be called Hitler's mustache. The toothpaste stash was a really popular style among men in the 1940s, especially in Europe, and Hitler didn't even wear it for a while, until one day in World War I, he was caught in a gas attack in a trench as a soldier, and he almost died because he couldn't get his gas mask on properly because of his long, majestic mustache, which meant that he needed a change. So he trimmed it down into the square that we all think of today, and he went on to do a little bit of gassing himself, a lot of gassing, and he kind of killed an entire mustache style. Like, it's not technically banned today, but if you wear it, it's in really bad taste, and you shouldn't. I shouldn't be wearing it, but I'm showing you style. But yeah, he kind of killed it, and you don't see it anymore today, and all of that because of World War I's gas mask stuff. It's interesting to think about. The thing is, though, that's pretty much the only effect of World War I on facial hair that you can think of today. In the 1960s, beards started making a comeback. I mean, once hippies appeared, and the Beatles and groups like that, it really started popularizing the beard again. And the mustache for that matter too. And I guess hair in general, but facial hair was really making a comeback. Once the 80s and 90s rolled around, they had made a complete revival, and there was so much variety in the beards and mustaches you could see. Whiskers too, I guess. Just all facial hair. And it was pretty crazy. Before World War I, it was kind of limited, you know? But now, it was so much variety. And today, it's even better. Like, we have such a balanced meta too. We got clean-shaven people. We got, like, I don't know. I'm too young to have, like, a full mustache right now. Once I do have one, it'll be absolutely glorious. But You know, you can look any direction on the streets and you'll see a bearded man eventually, probably. And there's a really strong culture around facial hair now. There are even like competitions around the world, like facial hair competitions, which is kind of crazy. And they show off really weird styles. But it's their passion, a passion they couldn't have had like 100 years ago. And it's really crazy. I mean, I guess it stands as a testament to how resilient human self-expression is. Nowadays, facial hair is fashion, identity, and a way of life.